Let me tell you guys the story of how I met Taemin. It's been almost a year and Dream Stages are about to start again, so I thought this would be a really fun time to tell this story and give people an idea of what might happen if they make Dream Stage. So last August, I was lucky enough to get chosen to perform with IVE, and after practicing with everyone else, we had to do rehearsals during sound check to understand the formations on the stage, the timing of when to walk off, and all that kind of stuff. So during that time, while we were in the venue, we did get to see a few idols in passing. I remember we saw NMIXX, we saw Hyungwon, some of the dancers. I'm not sure if there was anyone else, but I remember thinking oh, I hope we get to see Taemin, but I don't know because he's so popular, maybe he'll be in a completely different area. We did get to see Taemin as he was coming through the security because that was when we were all leaving, but he definitely did not look like he wanted to be bothered, and he was looking down and he had this iced Americano in his hand, and I just didn't want to mess with him. No one talked to him, we just booked it and we're oh my god, that was Taemin. So I really thought that would be the last of it. But then we went to perform, and let me tell you, I was not expecting anything. I was locked in on the performance. While we were practicing, they changed a lot of our ripples and formations, things like that, where I had to relearn a few arm movements and timing. So I was so in my head about that. And we had to do the first chorus on the stage and then leave until the bridge of the song, and we're just waiting at the bottom of the stage to walk back on. And I was positioned at the little area where we had first entered to get to the stage, and I wasn't thinking much about it, and I was so in my head about the moves that I didn't notice anything until someone was standing directly in front of me. They're already standing there. It took me a second to process that someone's right there that wasn't there before, and I finally come back to consciousness, and it's Taemin in his full hair and makeup, just looking at me, and without thinking, I just blurted, "Hi Taemin," so casually, as if I've known him forever. And he just smiled at me, and I looked back afterwards, and he had actually waved at me before I said anything, which is just insane to me. And I was so just in shock. I did not process that it was real, and I literally had to be back on stage in 10 seconds, so I couldn't even think about it, and I had to finish the performance. But I knew that Taemin was right there waiting to perform, and it was so crazy. And I knew that no one would believe me, but I found the tiniest video, and it's so pixelated and you can't tell anything, but I have the proof that it really happened, and I count it as a win. I'm so happy I got to see him, even if it was for 3 seconds, but it made such a perfect day even better. And I think it's so funny. So I hope you guys enjoy.